What's going on? Can we hear me clearly? Let me know if we can hear me clearly in the chat. We'll get that camera turned on in a second. Let me know if you can hear me clearly in the chat. Yeah? All right, good, good.
Loud and clear.
All right. So, right now I have a power outage. So I want to be effective with this time right now before it starts getting noisy because I'm outside on a balcony at the moment. But also this is good for a number of reasons. While you're going through your journey, you will be tested. And I want you all to write this down really fast. Nothing goes according to plan, but it goes according to vision. It like you could plan for whatever you want. It's not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. It only goes according to vision. So right now, I want to welcome you to wow, this is day 4. Wow, this is day 4. This is going by too fast right now. This is day 4. Look, I know I got the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop in the room. I need some high energy before we start because the way you do one thing is how you almost do everything. So let's say we coming in. Anytime we walk into the room, we walk with our heads high. We got leadership. Keep that crown high. So let me put the spotlight on you all where I was call out your name. You put the trophy emoji in the chat because you are the MVP. I see a lot of cameras off. Way too many cameras are off right now when this is your opportunity for ascension. Okay? I know some of you are gonna text and say, "Hey, I'm at work. I'm at work." I'm talking to the ones who are not at work. What's going on, Venus? How we feeling? Put the trophy emoji in the chat. You are the MVP, the most valuable participant in your life. Miss Lydia, what's going on? How we feeling today? Look, you should be excited. Today is a good day for a great day. I'm not saying this stuff just to say, I'm saying it because when you change your inner being, everything else on the outside starts to change for you. When you work on you, everything else works for you. So let's put the MVP trophies in the chat if this is you. What's going on, Sequoia? How we feeling? Mr. Blue, what's going on? Joyce, what's happening? Listen, Chris, you got an opportunity, Chris. You got to tell us what it is. I know you got the virtual background at VIP. You had to show up today, baby. What's going on? Miss Quick, what's going on? How are we feeling today? Miss Tara L, what's going on? I see you. She said, I'm ready. Got the hair done looking nice. Okay, add a little spice to it. Stop playing. What's up? What's up? What's going on, Miss Leslie? Keisha, how are we? Listen, I want to get right into it. I'll get right into it. Before I even do anything, I want to kind of gauge the room. Can we do it in 30 seconds or less? Can we do it in 30 seconds or less? What has your experience been like so far? Day 4. First of all, like we had an opportunity yesterday to do what? What was the opportunity yesterday? As class was coming to an end, what was the opportunity yesterday? What was the opportunity yesterday? Raise your virtual hand. I want to hear what your experience has been like so far. I did get the whiteboard to work, so we were going to go over a little bit on the whiteboard. I'm going to do a guided meditation. I'm here in the middle of Mexico, so you might hear some birds chirping that would give us some ambiance. Hey, look, that I love it. Okay, raise your virtual hands, and I want to know. I want to know what's been going on for you the last week. Is Jasmine who's with me on the back end? Is it just Jess and Jenny? Because sometimes I need help to know who's on the screen. Being the screen doesn't show up. Who do we have? What's going on? Looks like Delilah. What's up, Delilah?
Oh my gosh. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Good morning. Um, my experience has been breakthrough. Emotional and intentional. Um, actually, I've been sick this whole week. Um, Came back from Aguila for a wedding and been going downhill since. I got a doctor's appointment today, but I've been managing to show up. Um, and the classes have been amazing, but this has been the mindset part of it just makes the night classes so much more intentional. Um, I make sure that I, am on, and I'm doing the replays because I probably nodded out toward the end. But it has been amazing, life-changing, and like I was kind of a little bit all over the place exactly, what I wanted to do because I wanted to take what I've been through, um, and put it into something that I can wake up and love to do. And that was basically bringing young females to Jesus Christ through prayer. And I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to make that work, but it all clicked yesterday. And it's only because of the mindset part in the morning and then Joy's teachings at night that really gave me a clear vision of which direction I wanted to go in. So thank you
Mm,
guys.
we love that. We love that. Everyone send some love in the chat. Great job. Great job. This is about awareness. This is about awareness. The more we get aware of what is going on in our lives, the better we are. The only difference between you and someone making and living the life that you want to live is their awareness that they can do it and they're having the resources to pull it off. Let's continue to go. Next person. Great job, Delilah. I'm seeing breakthroughs from people. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. I told you, don't get me excited and I get excited. Be here all day talking. All right. Lydia. What's up,
Good
Lydia?
morning. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. A little bit better than the previous days, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that has been presented to us and all the things that Joy is coaching us on. It was a struggle in the beginning, and I'm still trying to keep up, working during the day and then trying to focus at night. Such is the day of an entrepreneur. I can't complain. It's an opportunity. Um, but yeah, I appreciate your leadership calls in the morning, and it certainly helps to keep us motivated, especially when we get in our head about certain things like, can we do this? Can it happen for me? And all of these things. I mean, the enemy comes to try to distract you with a whole bunch of stuff. Is this going to work? Or am I just putting money out there in the atmosphere and promoting somebody else's business, but not really seeing the true full manifestations of what I know I can do. And I know
Hmm.
I've helped others to do it, but sometimes it's hard to get outside of your that battlefield going on in your mind that's trying to distract you from doing what you know you need to do.
See, I like that. I like that. So each one of you who came up so far are hitting on good points. And one of the things I want you all to pick up is intentionality. Somebody put intentional in the chat. If we go into a situation with the idea that this could not work, the chances are higher that they cannot work, right? I think we kind of understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Environment is key. So that's the other thing that you're alluding to about the environment. Are you in a space where it's going to help you grow, or you're just in a space where you're helping somebody else grow, right? Because we deal with those dynamics. But I want you to be confident in who you are and understand that this is intentional. So whatever you see how this can go for you, it's up to you to make it go that way. And I'm proud of you for sticking through and also just recognizing, hey, I have an opportunity for true growth. That's what matters the most is the awareness. Great job. Send some love in the chat for Miss Lydia if you haven't already. Let's get one more person, and then I want to start going into a few breakdowns. A brother. Oh, it's a brother here. What's up, King? He switched it up on us today. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, count the score. Count the score. Lydia, put that down on the score chart. We got a man up here, okay? Let's go.
Man, so I just first and foremost, good morning to you and to everyone, and I feel great and blessed of being. I've been here every day this week or whatever, and I'm like, man, I would love to get on before the camera or whatever, but kind of like Lydia just spoke, whatever. This week, I mean, oh my God, Joe always asks, do we owe her or do we owe her? Does she owe us? Man, we owe you like 10 times over. Like seriously, like you, Joy, the whole week has been phenomenal, and kind of like Lydia alluded to, whatever, it's transformative. I mean, yesterday, because it's been a long week, right? You know, as entrepreneurs, you know, I have full-time day and late nights, whatever it is, what it is, kind of like undergrad, burn the candle on both ends, whatever. But it is what it is. It comes with the territory. So I'm here for it. So for me, I got to go back and do some replay last night, whatever. But something you said like several times this week, mindset, you know, and what you just alluded to a minute ago, and I wrote it down. Things don't happen according to plan, but according to vision, right? So mindset, you know what I'm saying? You can, so you know, we can talk the glass half empty, half full, whatever analogy you want to put to it, but it starts here, and you got to believe it in here, like for real, for real. You got to be able to see it, believe it, and you can achieve it. That's not just some corny saying or whatever. You got to really see it and see it in the mind's eye. See it in the mind's eye and believe it in here, go get it. There's nothing different about you, Joy, anyone else, whatever, that if you really truly desire what it is you desire and willing to make the sacrifice and put forth the effort, the energy to make it happen, it can make it happen. Period. Plain and simple.
That's it, right? Like it's that energy, is effort. And I love the fact, first of all, I love your energy right now. It's giving me a lot of energy because when we're thinking about this, most of us are thinking that we're doing it alone. We're not doing it alone. That's the scariest part. That's why most of us don't take action, because I don't know the right way to do it. I might make a mistake. Let me tell you right now.
Guilty.
Mistakes cost, right? Mistakes
Guilty.
cost. Y'all agree with that? But mentorships cost. Now, when you start to weigh it out, which one weighs more? Which one costs more? Mistakes or mentorship? Mistakes, right? So mentorship is going to cost you a little bit but you might, I don't know if I want to give my money to somebody else because the last person. Stop bringing your old baggage into the new situations. Because if you have, remember, like all we truly have is the present. So if you keep bringing your past in the present, you have a present full of the past. And this is why we have this cyclical thing where it's like, oh, I keep getting the same results. Well, we need to become somebody different, but most important, we need to see things differently. So congratulations to you, because you're seeing this for what it truly is. And that's what we say about being intentional. Everyone send some love in the chat for Mr. Thomas. We appreciate you, King.
Appreciate you, brother.
I want to start. Absolutely. I love to see the Kings come up and share. I want us to turn to Becoming More Effective in Less Time. If you already have your copy of Becoming More Effective in Less Time, we're going to chapter 2. So go to chapter 2, and this is about intentionality. So go to the section where it says intentionality. So we're in chapter 2, Becoming More Effective in Less Time. And the section that we're in is intentionality. Everybody can see the screen, right? If you're on your phone, I see most of you are on your cell phone devices. So if you're on your phone, just pinch in to get the zoom so that way you can see it clearly. If it's too small for the print, okay? So intentionality. Being intentional is about small, conscious, daily decisions concerning what enhances your life or brings you joy in some way. So a lot of us are intentional about the wrong things. Let me know in the chat if it's making sense. Some of us are dealing with these things that don't move the needle, that put us behind the eight ball, that gives us a disadvantage, and we're so worried about that. We're so worried about what she said, he said. We're so worried about what they didn't do. I'm so concerned about what I can't do that I don't even think about what I can do. Let me know in the chat if that's you. Put Yana in the chat, because this is about breaking that mold of what we've been used to, because the challenges that you are going through is not meant to hold you. It's meant to mold you. See, these things are not meant to break you. It's meant to shape you. Please understand where I'm going with this. Can I take us to the Church for Entrepreneurs? The Kingdom Hall for the kings and queens? The mosque for the moguls, the temples for the triumphant. I'm going to take us right there right now. I'm going to preach right now. Because as we continue to read, it says about intentionality, it encourages defining your priorities. See, some of us don't know what our priorities are, but we're looking to reach goals. So we take 3 steps forward and 10 steps back. And now we're wondering where we're at. Put the ums in the chat if I'm talking right now, if it's hitting you right now. So whether they are personal or professional, we need to set priorities. Every decision you make begins with the intention to do so, whether you are doing something you don't want to do or doing something you do want to do. So let's start with something simple. Being intentional about your day. How many of us are actually time blocking our days out? See, some of you are doing it within this class, so you're feeling very productive. You're doing it within these 5 days. So, you had the class in the AM, so you schedule that. Don't bother me right now, children. I got these things to do. Don't bother me right now, significant other. I got this class to go to. I understand. I see you all doing that. Good job. But we need to keep that. We need to have consistency around that. So you can structure your day by writing down your plans, carefully defining your goals. Don't just like set them and then cross them off when you finally hit them. But what I want you to do is I want you to practice intentionality. So that way you have clear purpose. So the purpose of you writing it down is so that way you learn it twice. See, when you're writing, what happens is you're also thinking in your reading. So you're actually being able to 3x your results. This is why writing things down is so powerful. Make sense? Let me know in the chat. Makes sense. So I want you to think about what you want and what will help you progress further along your path. And then you set those goals to get there. So I just want to put a distinction between goals. Goals are mind states. This is why when you have a goal and you accomplish your goal, what happens like literally almost immediately after you accomplish the goal? Tell me in the chat, what happens almost immediately after you accomplish the goal? You feel like, what's next, right? So you could work so long to get to a goal, and you get to the goal, and it's like, damn, that's it? Just like graduation, right? You graduate, and it's like, okay, that's it. You get a short-lived celebration, and then you have to go on to that next thing, right? So a goal is just a mind state. See, but you need tasks to help you get to the mind state. So most of us just put the goals, but we don't have the tasks to help us get there. We must be super intentional about everything that we do, because when we look at the root word of intentional, it's intent. What is your intent? What do you want your outcome to be? And obviously, our job is to become more effective in less time. So if you are intentional about what it is that you do and what it is that you want, you will become more effective in less time. I want to point something out. That's it for that part of the reading. If you need to see that in full detail, just go ahead and take your time, and you can read to become more effective in less time. But I want to make sure I make this proclamation. Procrastination is intentional. Do y'all feel me? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Is it resonating? Is it resonating? Let me know in the chat. Procrastination is intentional. Some of y'all just like, I'm a biggest procrastinator. Okay, let's fix some things. Let's fix some things. First of all, we need to learn how to be honest with ourselves. This is where procrastination comes from. We lie to ourselves. Yeah, I'm going to do that thing knowing we don't really want to do it. I don't really want to do it. But you say you're going to do it, and you take on all of these different things from other people. Hey, can you do this? Can you like, yeah. And then when it's time for you to do it, you're sitting down upset and overwhelmed because you knew you took on things that you wasn't supposed to take on just because you wanted to say yes. You wanted to look good. I see y'all saying drop the link. No, I need y'all to. I'm not dropping this link. First of all, if I was going to drop any link, I need y'all to beg for it. I need you to say, yeah, I need that. I'm not giving y'all no links to it. You should already have the Becoming More Effective in Less Time book. If you don't have it, where you been at? Where have you been? Okay? That's what I'm saying to you right now. All right, so let's continue with this. So when we say procrastination is intentional, who do you have in your environment, sis? I want you to go through your chat. I want you to go through your contacts right now really fast. Everybody go through their contacts. I know you're on your phone. I know it's going to stop you from being on camera. I know, whatever. Go in your contacts right now. Go look at the people that you texted. Go look at the people that you called. And I want you to see who's been depositing into your emotional state of being, who's been withdrawing from you, who's been giving you money, deposited into your bank account, or who's been taking away money. I want you to notice that. Just go like in your last 10. Your last 10. In your text message. Everybody do it right now. Go through your text message. Do it right now. Who's been depositing into your life? Who's been withdrawing from you? This matters. Because remember, this is a riverbank. Is going to have a certain flow. And if your life isn't flowing the way that you want it to, it's because people are depositing and leaving you drained and dry. Ooh, that was a bar. Somebody write that down. Jenny, write that down for me. Drain and dry. I'm going to use that next time. Gotta use that next time. I gotta become more effective in less time. Write that down. All right, so let me look at my notes because I'm going to share on the whiteboard with you all today. I want you all to think about the word leverage. I want you to think about the word leverage. But before I even go into that, I want you to think about this thing. As we're small children, we have these big, audacious, and bodacious goals and dreams. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a fireman or whatever it is they want to be. And this, what's so funny is this, and I'm getting excited. So if I get too crazy, y'all can pull me back down. But as a child, and you start saying you want all of this stuff, nobody ever tells you no. Nobody tells you no. Nobody tells you no. You're in the backyard playing with your imaginary friend. They start, oh, she's so cute. Oh, he's so creative. He's so smart. You playing with your imaginary friends, right? You playing basketball. You get creative. You start playing basketball. I don't know about some of y'all, but I know I did. Me and my brothers did. And I used to dunk on my brothers, right? We used to create the basketball hoop using a hanger. Used to be a hanger, clothes hanger, then a little wire clothes hanger, the little brown one, the little copper one, the wire one. You hang it up, put it up on the wall, and then we got the sock. We got the sock like a little basketball. We roll a sock up. We start playing basketball. You get creative. What happened to that? What happened to it? Girls with the tea parties and they doing the nails and they got the fake food with the fake kitchen and they playing house. What happened to it? No one told us to stop dreaming when we were kids. But suddenly you turn 18. You go to school. Things start becoming real. And the things that you wanted to have becomes on the back burner. You start making plan Bs. Uh-oh. I'm only plan B I know about is something else. That's when things become too risky, you get a little plan B. I'm not talking about that plan B. I'm talking about your dreams and your goals and you turning that into a plan B. Remember what I just said to you. You may not have everything unfold according to your plan, but it goes according to your vision. So what happens is now as you become an older individual and you forget about your dreams because you had to put your focus on your plan B, you now start to live for your weekends, right? How many of us live for the weekends? Oh, I can't wait to Friday, girl. Oh, I can't wait to Friday, my boy. We're going out. Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat because I don't see the energy. I don't see it reciprocated right now. I don't see it reciprocated right now. We're living for the weekends to go out to enjoy ourselves for whiskey. Think about it. Well, some of y'all, it's not whiskey anymore. What is it now? Don Julio. It's Don Julio now, right? Some of y'all classic. Y'all got your classic drinks, but now on the weekend, we just can't wait for the weekend to come so we can just do what we want to do on the weekend. And now we done forgot about our big ideas. Tell me why does that happen? So these big ideas as dreams, right? And think about it, let's go back deep as children. Some of y'all have children. If you have children, put a 1 in the chat because you're gonna know this more than anybody. Children, they got these things that they don't have fear. They might get a little spooked about certain things, but they don't have fear. You have more fear for your children than your children has fear for themselves. They start climbing up the stairs, and before you know it, who's running over there stopping them? Because you're afraid of what? Uh-oh, wait a minute. You might see yourself in this. You might see yourself. Your friends, your family wanting to keep you safe because they knew you. They seen you grow up from this baby. So they don't want to have you fall. They want to keep you from falling because they're scared you might hurt yourself. So every time you're going to your friends and your family with these new ideas, what are they doing? Uh-oh. Is it starting to click? They start to pull you back down and say, get off that steps because you're taking too many steps. Because guess what? That might be a scam. That might be a scam. They just don't want you to get hurt. But I want you to understand, some of us are scamming ourselves. Are you scamming you? What is scam? Some of us are still confused about money. That's what scam could mean. Right? Some of us are still confused about money. But scam is also sabotaging, complaining, avoidant, and messy. Some of you got these big dreams, but the reason why I said mindset is more important than you worried about getting to the money at the moment is because you've been sabotaging yourself. You get into these relationships and you find a way to, just because it's going right, you find a way to make it feel wrong. You start complaining. And oh yeah, let's talk about it. You got the most avoidant behavior. And let's be real, some of us can get pretty dang on messy, right? That's a scam. You're scamming yourself out of your character, because it's about how attractive your character is to bring you to opportunities. So I want us to just understand that really fast before I get on this whiteboard, because what I'm going to show you on this whiteboard is at least 4 ways for you to start to add value, not only to just your life, but the life of others, to increase your money and income. But if you don't even understand how you operate inside, nothing that we teach you is going to stick, is going to work, because you're in the environment. But once you get outside the environment, because we got a lot of YouTube University students in here, right? Where you search and piece all information on YouTube. But I want to let you know this. All the information that you can ever receive in life is free. The difference in the information is how it's packaged and delivered to you. So you can find all the information on Instagram, all the information on YouTube, TikTok, and wherever else, but you're not going to get it the way that you need it, because it's free information. You got to piece it together yourself. And if you haven't gone and been in that direction, how could you piece together the information? If you don't know the destination, how could you truly tell somebody else about it? So you get with people who know the destination. That's why you're with Joy. That's why you're with Joy. So I want to share something. I did tell you about the money in motion, but let me just show you something else. It's 5 layers to manifestation. Who knows the 5 layers to manifestation? Who knows the 5 layers to manifestation? Let me know in the chat. Who knows the 5 layers to manifestation? Wait a minute. Hold on real quick. First layer in manifestation is the mindset. Is the mindset. That's the first layer to manifestation. Hold on, I'm not seeing where I can share my screen. I'm wondering why I can't share the screen, family. I'm really genuinely confused. Is there a setting that's on, team? Let me know, team. Is there a setting that's on for the reason why I cannot share this screen? Yes or no? Let me know. So this is what I'm gonna do as a backup. This is what I'll do as a backup. I'll do this. I think I could do it on my phone, right? Let me see. I see a couple people in the waiting room. Let's let them in. Okay. First of all, look, everyone should have something like this. Everyone should have, can y'all see my screen? Because I can see it. Can you all see it? All right. You should have a database of your information. You should have a database of information. Some of you have notes, but are you revising your notes? I want you all to just start taking notes, but putting them in categories. Like, this is just one set of notes, but this press. So everybody needs to document their journey. I told you earlier, do it this way. Let's see. Cool. So the first layer in manifestation is your mindset. I can't use the pen. All right. It's a little sloppy if I do it like this. Y'all can bear with the sloppy handwriting. Y'all got children, right? Y'all can still make out. All right, cool. Let's just still do it. So mindset. That's the first level, is mindset. I want you to think about this. Why is mindset important? Mindset is important simply because it's the GPS to your success. It's the first thing that allows you to know the direction and intention for what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Second layer in that is going to be your Hold on real quick. Let me write this down for you. Where is that? All right, there you go. All right, cool. So first layer is the mindset. That's the first thing that we're dealing with, how to actually see the route, the identity. The second part is the identity, right? So the mindset leads into the identity. Identity is big because identity creates everything about what it is that you do. So some of us believe that we're introverts, right? Who here is an introvert? Put it in the chat if you are. All right. So as an introvert, what does it make you do? How does it make you react? Shy, a little timid, maybe quiet at times, unless you get to know them, isolated. You feel better that you work better by yourself and not in groups. These are all trauma responses, by the way, because God, if you believe in God, then you believe in what I'm getting ready to say to you. You are meant to be in groups. You are meant to be in groups. God designed you to be in groups. This is why it takes two people to have one child. And when the one child is born, he has two parents, she has two parents. So therefore, there's three people in total. Technically, that's how it's supposed to go. So by default, you're in a group. Make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. But here's something that is underlining that you may not be aware that is controlling you. So your identity creates your speaking ability. This is why when you're an introvert, some of us don't like to speak because we told ourselves we're introverted. So this creates your speaking ability. What's next? If your speaking what your speaking ability is used to create your connection. So what that would mean is your speaking ability dictates your connecting ability. So your ability to connect with people. Some of you go out and some of you go to the networking events. You get there and you're doing the thing, but you don't actually speak to many people. You speak to one or two people, and you may not go out your way to speak to somebody or wait for somebody to talk to you. And you walk away feeling like the event was great, but you knew it didn't maximize on what you could potentially do. Make sense? Same thing with inside the 5-day challenge, right? You are listening, you're taking your notes, but are you actually connecting with the people that surround you? Who here has at least got a business bestie so far? At least somebody you could talk to. Let me know in the chat. Put a 1, put a 0 in the chat if you did not. Put a 0 in the chat if you did not. All right, so Joy has you all locked in. So if you put a 0, I need you to meet somebody today because it's Thursday. It's Thursday. You should have already met someone. Clear? Let me know if everybody who put 0 in the chat, put clear in the chat if you are going to meet somebody today. Because I'll bring you up right now and let you meet somebody right now. So don't play with me. All right, so your connecting ability leads to your accountability. I'm just going to put account because it's too long. Put account. And then that is what creates manifesting ability. And I'll break it all down to you in a simpler format so that way you can understand. So let's put manifesting down here. All right, and now let me show you how it works in real time. I don't want to just tell you things. I want to show you at the same time. So when you go out and you first got your job, right? Before you get your job, what did you do? You have a mindset to say, I want to go get the job, right or wrong. So let's understand that. We said we got to have a mindset. What's the next thing you did? Once you said I need a job, what was the next thing you did? Shout out to Jalacia or Halacia. How do you say it? You let me know when I bring you up. But let me know. You applied, right? But what did you do though? You applied for what? So once you knew you needed a job, you did what? All you got to do is look at the list, and this is exactly what you did, even though you didn't know that you were doing this. What you did was you said, okay, I need to identify with the role. So I'm going to apply for a specific role. That's your identity. I think I'll be good at this because of this resume, because of my background. And then what did you do? After you identified and you applied, what was next? you use your speaking ability, right? Whether that was on the resume or you went to the interview and you started speaking to the person. Cool. If they like you, if the things mesh, if you like what they got going on and you're open to the idea of what they're offering you, a salary and all this other stuff, you connect to them. So you get hired. So now not only are you connected to people, right? You're speaking with them. You have a new employer. You have other employees that's around, so coworkers who can help you, who are all under the mindset now, right? And now, once you get the job, what's next? You have to have accountability. So if you don't do the job, what you might manifest is losing your job. If you do the job, what you manifest is keeping the job. Or if you exceed the job, you might manifest having a promotion in the job. Make sense? Make sense? So I want you to take this, write this down. Somebody write this down for everybody in the chat, copy and paste this, because you were using this and you didn't even know it. But now when you know it, you can utilize it up front to at least give you a greater advantage. So mindset, identity, speaking ability, connecting ability, accountability also creates your manifestation. So let's just put it in perspective. If I had the mindset, I had the identity, but I don't really like speaking to people that's at the office. I don't really connect to people at the office, but I do my job. Guess what? I'm not going to manifest a raise. So I might want $100,000, but I'm not going to manifest it fully because I'm not doing all of the steps in here. Make sense? For you all who got promoted and had a outstanding opportunity, what happened was you did that. You spoke to people, you shook their hands, you smile, you connect to them, they know you, they trust you, you show up to your job ahead of time, when you show up early and you might leave a little bit later. That's the person that they want. You manifest even more than what you thought you were going to manifest. You came into the job for 50K and you ended up having 75. Make sense so far? All right, cool. There's 4 ways to truly add value to people. In these 4 steps, it's also going to be a ladder, right? And give you a roadmap. So the highest level of value is what? Put it in the chat. What's the highest level of value? Somebody put it in the chat. So the highest level is imagination. I can't write the whole word, so I'm going to abbreviate all of them, okay? The highest level is imagination. This is the person that creates the idea. The person that creates the idea gets paid the most, has the most impact. The beautiful thing about this, I'm telling you right now, is that they have 80% of their time and only 20% that they have to do for working. This is what we call the 80-20 rule, where 20% of your work produces 80% of the efforts. This is a rule that is in place right now, no matter where you go. If you have children, you have 4 children, it's probably going to be 1 child out of the 4 children who's doing most of the work around the house or most of the activities or being the studious or most responsible. You can't fade, you can't run from this rule. So the second, I would say the level of value, second highest level of value will be, let me know in the chat. The second highest level of value is what? Communication. So I'm just going to put calm. Most of us don't want to communicate. We don't even want to talk. I don't even talk to my baby daddy. Why don't I want to talk to you? Some of you talk to your employer and listen to your employer more than you listen to your significant other. Make that make sense. You got things backwards. Make it make sense. Communication, you may get a little bit less money than the person who created the idea, but you still have a lot of value. You still have a lot of value. And you still have 80% of your time and only have to work 20% of the time. Put a 1 in the chat if you would love to get paid just to communicate ideas. Some of you are already at this level. Some of you just get paid to communicate ideas. What do you think I'm doing? Okay, so we starting to make sense now, right? Remember I told you the person that you paid brought me here. So don't think that what I'm saying is not accurate. I'm telling you what it is. The person that you pay is the person that did the imagination, that communicated the idea for what? For people to unify, come together. So let's put unify. Some of you are at this level too, unification level. See, the issue with these levels, and I want to make sure, can I change the color? Yes. The issue with this is that the 80-20 is backwards for the people who are in a unification. You spend 80% of your time at work and only 20% of your time enjoying yourself. Wait a minute, let's make this make sense a little bit, because I think sometimes I'm moving too fast. Okay, I think sometimes I'm moving too fast. The lowest level of value is implementation, and a lot of us are at this level. So to put this in perspective, implement. I do apologize for my kindergarten handwriting on this screen. I'm writing with my fingertip. I apologize, everybody, but I appreciate you all, going through it with me. All right. So the visual is just better than just talking. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. So I don't make excuses. I just find solutions. That's what you see me doing. So the implementation is the lowest level of value. This is where you feel overworked and underpaid. Let me know in the chat if that's you. If you feel overworked and underpaid, please don't be alarmed and don't feel weird to be honest, because if you are not honest where you're at, you can't get to where you want to be. So most of us feel overworked and underpaid, where we're spending 80% of our time at the job, right? And only 20% of our time for ourselves. I want you to realize there's a hidden factor in this. It might not even be 80%. Do you feel like you have 20% of your time, or do you feel like it's even lower? Let me know in the chat, because that 80%, right? Let's say you got the 20% to yourself. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure I get this right here. So 20% to yourself. If you have 20%, I want you to think about this. If you have a significant other, slash that in half. You only got 10%. If you have children, slash that in half. You only got 5%. Now, which one feels more accurate? 20% or 5% to yourself? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I think I'm shaking somebody's paradigm. You actually, some of us really got 5%. So you spending 5% to work on your business, is that enough time for you to work on your business, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody put 2.5. Somebody put 2.5 in the chat. All right. So I want you to look at this. We always want to see difficulty differently. So just because implementation is the lowest level of value doesn't mean that you can't make a lot of money with this. You can. It's just where you choose to make your money. So you can make $10 an hour making pizza, or you can make $10,000 making pizza. And I'm talking about one show, right? There's people who get paid $10,000 to make pizza for events. But if you just making pizza for Domino's for somebody who's just hungry, then you might just only get 20%. I mean, well, you might only get, $10,000 an hour or whatever, and that might be your 20%. But you're leaving 80% of the money on the table. So I want you to think about it in terms of this way to make it more simplified for you. Everybody here knows Uber, right? And Uber Eats. Let's identify some things. The person who created Uber falls where on this category? They get to have 80% of their time enjoying themselves, only 20% working. Where do they fall on this category? Imagination. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Because they created the idea. So they hired somebody to communicate the idea, to unify people to do the idea. And now the person who is the Uber driver or the Uber deliverer for Uber Eats is at which position? Let me reshare the screen. They're at which position? The implementation position, right? But let's be real here. How much money do you tip your Uber driver? How much money do you tip your Uber Eats deliverer? Let's be real. Put the answer in the chat. I'm showing you in real time that even though the person doing the most work is the person that's overworked and underpaid. And now there's something, I don't want to scare you all, but I do want to alert you all. Now there's some trend going around on the social media platforms about how they're eating some of your food and still delivering it to you. And I order Uber Eats like almost every day when I'm in the States. So I gotta check myself before I wreck myself. All right. Let's see. All right, cool. So when we're thinking about this, this is also a roadmap for our success. So Look, don't talk about that's why your bags are sealed. I'm telling you, they got staplers in the back, they got new cups, they got new fry holders. I seen it. I seen it. Anyway, so this is also a roadmap. So for some of you who may be at the implementations level, there are certain skills that you need in order to move up the ladder. So if you're at the implementation level right now, what's the skill that you need in order to move up to the unification level? In order to be promoted to a manager, what skill must you need? What skill? It is right here in front of you. It's right here in front of you. It's right here in front of you. Don't overlook it. So the skill would be being able to unify other people, meaning being able to manage other people through communication and also imagination. So either way, right? You as an employer, you still would do the same things that an employee does, but you just do less of it. As an employee, you do the same thing as an employer does, but you just do more of it. Now you could just choose where you want to fall on the spectrum, but if you was to move up the ladder, what you would need to do is have better unification skills. Meaning the first thing you need to do is unify who? Who's the first person you need to unify? You need to be able to listen to who? So that means you need to be at work, be ahead of time, early, and be able to also be the person that could leave work late. I know you might have children or whatever, but you need to be the person that could go above and beyond. That's the rule. You need to be a person that would go above and beyond. You need to have communication skills. And you also need to be able to be a forward thinker using your imagination. That's how you're going to move up to the next level. So, okay, cool. Let's say you're at the unification level and you want to get to the communication level. What skills do you need now? What skills do you need now? I'm telling you, it's all right here. The answer's right here. There's only 4 things you need to do. 4 moves. So if you was at the unification level, you need all of every level, you need all 4 skills. Just so you understand that, we're making this clear. Every level, you need all 4 skills. Every level. So if you are at the unification level and you want to move to the communication level, you know that you need to just focus more on your communication, but you still need to be able to be a person that can communicate in a way that will unify people to implement the thing. You see that? But the only way you're going to know how to get people to implement it is if you know what moves people. And the way that you're going to know what moves people is that you know what moves you. Is it making sense so far? So the reason why Joy is able to use her imagination to create a program, to communicate an idea to people, to unify them, to implement an idea, because that's where you all are. You are all at the implementation stage inside the See You at the Bank Challenge. And what you're looking to do is unify yourself to get to the next level. So we gave you an application, right? Did everybody get the applications? Or no? Am I ahead of myself or something? Did you get the application? Did you fill out the application? First step is filling out the application. If you can't even do that, how would you unify yourself to get to another level, right? So just to give you that advantage, when you do fill out the application, you're looking at it and you're seeing, okay, what are they looking for? What's the criteria? So now when you go off and do your own thing, you can communicate the same things because you knew how it felt to you and how it moved to you, which is basically what Joy is doing for you. Everything that Joy is teaching you, she went through. So now it's easy for her to move up to the next level because now she has to communicate to the ways to unify you to get you to do the thing. And this is what allows her to have the 6-figure days, 7-figure days, and to put herself in position as a leader. And that's what we're all going to do for you all. You're going to follow the same blueprint. So I want you all to leverage your experience. If we teach you how to get funding, I want you to be able to teach people how to get funding too. If you learn how to set up your LLC structure properly, I want you to learn and teach it to other people too. Make sense? Because not only is this a blueprint to tell you how to get to your next level, it's a roadmap that breaks down how you're going to get paid over the next 4 years. This is a 3 to 4 year journey. This is not a 3-week journey. This is not a 3-day journey. I know it's a 5-day challenge, but we're giving you opportunity to stay locked in with us, to get more coaching and more hands-on training. But I want you to realize this is your roadmap for success. So the first year of your business is all about what? According to this chart, it's all about what? What is the first year of your business? So you might have a goal, right? Your goal might be $100,000. your first year of business, it's all about implementation. You're putting the systems together, you're setting up your offers, you're doing all of those things. It's implementation. Okay, implementation. I'm just gonna put some lines here. Cool. The second year is all about unification. So once you implement the idea, you start getting some traction. You might want to hire a few people, right? You might hire a VA or you might hire somebody local, whatever the case may be. But that's going to help you bring out more in the business. And then by the year 3, you've been an expert in your field. So now you're doing ads and you're advertising, you're communicating to other people. How many of you found joy through an ad? How many of you found joy through an ad? Why do you think that's possible? Because she went through this. She didn't start this today and start making ads. She's been doing this for some time now. I met Joy back in 2023 of at the ClickFunnels Awards. So my brothers and I, we got awarded with the ClickFunnels Awards for making $1 million, right, in a day. So Joy, she said, I want to work with you too. And Joy started working with us too, right? And I want to show you something. Let me go back and share the screen. I'm going to show you how fast you can ascend to another level. Watch this. All of your expertise, everything that you have already acquired, you have to now package it up. Remember, I told you, all the information that you see online is free information. Everything is free. But let me show you something. But people are going to pay you for how it's packaged and delivered to you. That is the key. So that's why I'm showing you all the roadmap, so you don't get discouraged, you get encouraged, and you start to put yourself in the best position forward. So now you get to the level where you have other people working for you, right? Like, think about it. I'm now working for Joy. She said, hey, come to my community. You know, you're my best mindset bestie. I want you to come in. I want you to share your expertise with my people. And I'm saying, okay, I got you. I'll do that for you. So look at how she's doing less work just by being able to communicate the idea. This is all of you, but she didn't rush the process. She had mentorship and she's gone through the journey, and we still all have mentorship. Okay, and we get mentored by the same people as well. So don't be afraid to network with each other, because some of you will make 6-figure businesses together here. That's why we have the business besties. Okay. I remember one of my mentorships, I didn't even think twice about it really joining. I just joined because I want to see their infrastructure, and I put down $10,000 and I made $160,000 with a person that was inside the mentorship. I had no clue that was going to happen. And what blew my mind again is when it happened again, but this time I did it intentionally. Okay. So the money that you put in is going to have a payoff, but you can't get the price. Because if you're too focused on the price, you'll get disappointed at how much money it costed you versus looking at the opportunity is going to be presenting you with. My battery is getting super low, and we're also coming to a stop, right? So I guess it's perfect time. I'm sweating bullets out here. It is 89 degrees, but we don't make excuses. We make solutions. And I'll do it because I love y'all. So I'll sit out here sweaty. I'll do that, okay? So your roadmap, if you was to make $100,000 in a year, right? Some of you have spent 10 years at your job and you still didn't reach $100,000. So waiting 4 years or working through a 4-year period to make $100,000, I would do it again and again. Let me know in the chat if you Yana with what I'm saying. Let me know in the chat if you Yana with what I'm saying. So I'm telling you this. Let's just point it out this way. The first year you're making $25,000. Who would here love to make an extra 25K? An extra 25K. Okay, cool. What about the next year, unification, you make an extra 50K a year? Who would love to make an extra 50? So I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to tell you that is going to happen in the next 30 days, but I'm telling you within these 30 days, within this time period, within these 5 days, you have gotten this information, right? And when you join and you say, hey, look, Joy, I want to continue with your program, get more knowledge. Literally, you can use the information right away to start putting yourself on a trajectory to make $25,000 in this year, in this month. I'm telling you right now, here's how I did it. Here's how you're going to do it too. Every company that if you're teaching people how to build a business, and let me stop sharing my screen now, because I think we kind of got this, right? Cool. Yeah, I told you I wasn't lying, right? A little sweaty. So, so the idea, right? Like you're gonna make the 100K or whatever the case may be. If you add a funding company, you're all gonna get taught how to get funded. That's the thing that you're gonna get taught, right? If you haven't gotten taught that already, right? I'm talking about training, really show you how to get to the bag. Access $100,000 quicker than your job could pay you, faster than you can save it. That's the thing that everybody wants. If you are teaching other professionals or coaching them, right? I want you to understand something. Every coaching professional or every other entrepreneur needs business funding. Needs business funding. So it doesn't matter. So if I add on business funding and I get one client access to $100,000 after I learned how to do it myself, if I get them access to $100,000, I get one client and charge my 10% fee. How much did I make off my one client? How much did I make off the one client? Okay, let's just say you're starting out and you're a little shaky, but you want to be competitive because 10% is a little bit below the average rate. With the average rate is like 12 to 10. But let's say you want to be competitive and you say, you know what, I'm just starting out, but I did get myself funded. Here's my results. I can get you funded too, but I'm not going to charge you 10% because I'm looking to build my clients and my testimonials. I'm only going to charge you 5%. That's a steal of a deal because nobody's charging 5%. This is what I've done. I'm telling you what I've done. I'm telling you exactly what I've done. Charge 5%. If I charge you 5% and get you funded $100,000, how much is that? How much is that? Okay, is an extra, if I just got one client this month, is an extra 5K worth it? If I get 5 clients, I done met my threshold to get that extra 25K. Now, guess what? Being that I already got the business fund, I got the credit, right? I'm not going to go spend the credit on things that don't give me money back. I'm going to go hire a VA or go hire a teammate. Why? Because guess what? If I got $100,000 up front, I got $100,000 I can already pay. I'm not going to pay my employee $100,000 in one day. It's a whole year. So you mean to tell me in 1 month I can make 25K? Or if I charge a 10% fee, I can make what? The 50K? Right? Guess what? I have enough money to pay a full salary over time. And the person that I hire, I'm using a credit card to pay them, right? The person that I hire, they're helping me bring the money in. I'm not even losing any money. No money's coming out of my pocket. All I'm doing is generating money because I understand these 4 levels of value. I understand these 4 levels of value. So the information that I'm getting, I know that I can leverage the information to offer it to other people who are at chapter 1. They're at chapter 1. I'm at chapter 5. They're at chapter 1. I'm at chapter 5. So I'm not worried about Joy, who's at chapter 10. I can't compete with Joy. But guess what? I'm a mentee of Joy. So now I'm going to use what Joy taught me and the skills that I've learned. And now I'm going to go help somebody else. And now I'll become the next person. I'm telling you right now how it works. Don't be the person sitting on the fence wishing that you were the one to make this happen when you could be the mailbox millionaire, the person that gets up, take action, and makes it happen. Making sense? So those 4 levels of value, those are 4 ways you're going to help people. You're going to help people either think of the idea, and that's what I do. I get paid to help people think of the idea. I also get paid to communicate the idea. But like I told you, you're going to use all 4 of those skills. I get paid to unify the idea. I also get paid to implement the idea. But you have to know where at are these levels. So think about it. So even in those levels, right? The communication, to communicate you, that right there is do it yourself. So I think of an idea, I create it, and I communicate it to you for you to go implement it. Okay, then the unification, doing it with you. That's do it with you, done with you service. And then the implementation is done for you. Even in that implementation, remember I told you overworked and under show people how to get funding. You're implementing that and you get paid $10,000. I'll implement it all day then. I'll implement it all day. I'm not overworked and unpaid. I'm highly favored and blessed. Okay? So this is what I'm telling you is that roadmap, those 4 levels of value is a blueprint for your success and you don't even know it. Now you got it. Now it's time for you to use it. All right? So my battery is getting ready to come to an And so I guess, obviously the sun is draining the battery. But if that was a great class and that was a good takeaway, I want y'all to go ahead and tell us tell us your takeaways in the chat. We have class tonight, so make sure we're on time. I got to go get a shower. Your boy done put a whole sauna worth of sweat on today for the class. The guided meditation, we'll just move that to tomorrow, which will be better anyway. That's day 5. It'll be the last day. Some of y'all gonna cry on that day because I'm gonna hit you with the passion and the love tomorrow. But today is going to be a big day. If you haven't filled out those applications, fill out those applications because your next situation won't be like your last situation. Okay, you're moving into a new level, and that won't be your final destination. All you need right now is that preparation. So what I want to do, have everybody come off of mute, snap it up and clap it up. Your next level is loading. We got class tonight. Don't forget we got class tonight. Fill out those applications. Let me check my phone just in case team texted me or something. I didn't get to say something. All right, I think I said everything. We're good. Yeah, we're good. All right, team. Let's let them unmute. Snap it up, clap it up, and put your takeaways in the Telegram. There's no
Great job.
Yes, yes. Have a good day.
Let's go.
Love
Always,
y'all.
Nikki, winning.
Way to go.
Great job. Great job.
Good job, everybody.
Good job. Great job.
Teamwork, some
Good.
wisdom dropped.
Go.
Yes.
Let's get ready for
We are
tonight.
ready. We have everything we need.
Oh, pretty.
nuggets.
I lost you. Thank
Great
you.
job. Great
All right,
job.
family.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Great day. Be blessed. Let's
Y'all
get
have
it.
a good day.
Love it.
Have a good day. Have an awesome day, guys.
Blessing.
Be productive.